bases empty is supposed to be extreme advantage to the pitcher because they're able to attack you without any fear of other than a long ball. Your average with bases empty is by far the highest that it's been in your career. It's like 340. How and why are you having that kind of success when it's supposed to be so much more advantageous to the pitcher?
I think it's just keeping it simple. We all try to get our leadoff on. Like, the more we get our leadoff on, the more likely we're to score for that inning. So I think that's just like what's in my head is like, I'm going to be the best leadoff I can be. And if that's bunting or just finding a way, it just seems like a lot easier and simple. I think that's why it's been like more successful this year is that we've been focusing on getting the leadoff on. So I'm like really competitive, like Coach said, where I'm going to be that leadoff on to get things going, I guess.
Adding on to that a little bit, it just feels like your offensive numbers this year are a little bit higher than they were the previous 2 years. What's been the difference you feel like this year compared to the last 2 seasons for you?
I feel like I've grown a lot as a hitter, just learning more about my counts and more about my swing when certain things feel off or really good. But I think, honestly, a lot of it's just been the mental part of it. I feel myself in a really good spot mentally where I just am trusting what my plan is from God, and I think that's just been something that I've taken this year is my faith, and that just has helped me excel in everything I do in life. And so it takes the stress and worry away from me because I'm just trusting in something bigger than myself.
Do you want to share a little bit more about just kind of how you came to that and
yeah,
like it's worked for you?
Honestly, my sophomore year, like the beginning of it, I was going through some hard things, and I feel like my Coach Reagan, our coach last year, she introduced like faith to me and how like that was like a huge part of her life. And I'm loving Coach Reagan and just having such a great relationship with her. I kind of dove a little deeper with it and with her and with Coach Liss, and so I got involved with Remington, my roommate, and having a roommate who you can like share Christ with is just something that's like awesome. Like every day I can go home and we can talk about it, and then we go to FCA and we grow the community around us with the Lord. So I think just being able to have that roommate and then just like a community where I just feel so welcome to share my love for the Lord, it just has been just so easy, and it's made softball just way less stressful, especially when things like right now are getting hard. I'm starting to feel the stress, but I know that I'm like loved no matter what, and it's starting to get me feeling a lot better, especially since we're on the road for like 2 weeks with school. So it definitely puts me in a better place right now.
Yeah, you guys have been talking so much about kind of neutral mindset and kind of not getting maybe caught up in kind of the roller coaster of emotions. So it sounds like that's maybe something for you specifically, a technique you can use to find that neutral mindset that Coach really wants everybody to.
Yeah, I think it's been helping, especially for Kai. Kai's another one that she'll go to FCA, and it's been cool to see just the Lord working through people on our team and Alyssa. And I think the neutral mindset is something huge for our team. I mean, like we can see that we're gone for 2 weeks and that we're missing all the school and that we're starting to feel the stress, but man, like what a great opportunity it is to be able to play softball at University of Oregon. Like you don't know when like these last times are going to be, like with Hannah. So I think just being able to keep that neutral mindset and just being so grateful for every moment, I think that's something that we got to take into this weekend because everybody's feeling tired. Everybody's going through it. Like you got to stay level-minded and just be neutral.
Ask Coach about this. Maybe you can reflect on it too. Obviously, the Hannah thing just cast a huge shadow over everything, and justifiably, rightfully so, all that. But you also had to keep pushing through and playing games, and now the postseason's coming. Like, do you feel like you've gotten to the point where you could kind of process that, and given the fact that she's recovering kind of as well as might be expected, you can kind of move on a little bit?
I mean, Hannah's one of my best friends, so being able to see her just move better every day and just like get through the days better, it's just is cool to see that, and just to learn from her. I think that's something that a lot of us are like starting to do, is like realizing how like much strength she had has given us strength. And so like we can move on, and we know that we're going to be okay without her. And it obviously it sucks. Like I do want her in center field, but she's provided us with so much strength in this team. And I think that's going to help us move forward coming into postseason and finishing our weekend here at Stanford.
Coach Lombardi's talked a little bit about how having Hannah in the dugout kind of feels like having another coach out there. How would you describe her coaching style, and how does that compare to like any other coaches that you have on the team?
Yeah, I mean, she's just like been there, done that kind of thing. Like she knows, she's a veteran. She's super smart with hitting, and I think it's cool to see her like talk with Kai about her slapping, or just like lefty matchups, and then also just seeing her talk to the outfielders. I don't really get too much coaching from her because she's doing more with the outfielders, but she's just a great friend to have and someone that can really relax you in situations that you might be feeling tense with. So I think she kind of has just a lighthearted mentality, but she also can get on you if like you're struggling or whatever. Like she's just there. She's the person that you want to be there, and I'm happy that she's in the dugout with us.
What's it been like the last couple of weeks, just on the communication aspect with Ariel in center compared to, I wouldn't say compared to Hannah, but compared to when she was in right, so you're just dealing with a different voice there by comparison?
I feel like it's been a pretty smooth transition. I haven't really felt too much of a difference. Hannah can get almost every ball, I feel like, that's in front or behind. So I think that's just been something that I realized I had to go back a little bit harder on balls that maybe Hannah would get to versus Ariel. But honestly, it's been super smooth sailing, and I'm excited for whoever's in center for them.